Welcome, everyone, to another exciting dive into the world of WWE, where legacies are built, rivalries ignite, and the drama never stops. I hope you're all having an incredible day, and before we get into the heart of today's topic, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and give this a thumbs up. It really helps keep the conversation going. Today, we're unpacking a seismic moment in wrestling that has fans buzzing and the WWE Universe re-evaluating its history. A bold claim from a legendary figure has thrown the spotlight onto the very foundation of one of WWE's most dominant narratives, the Bloodline and the title of Head of the Table. Roman Reigns, the man who has carried that moniker with unmatched authority in recent years, now finds his claim challenged by none other than a WWE Hall of Famer and a cornerstone of the Anoa'i family, Rikishi. This unexpected clash of legacies has sparked heated debates, reopened old wounds, and set the stage for what could be one of the most compelling storylines in WWE history. The spark that lit this fire came from an unlikely source, a candid conversation on The Undertaker's 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway podcast. During the episode, Michelle McCool, The Undertaker's wife, shared a light-hearted anecdote about meeting his family. She recounted how The Undertaker's mother would prepare meals for him, prompting the dead man to jokingly declare himself the original head of the table. The comment was a playful jab at Roman Reigns, who has made the phrase synonymous with his reign as the tribal chief. The Undertaker doubled down, humorously insisting that his mother's care made him the true head of his household, while also poking fun at the idea that he was her angel baby compared to his brothers. McCool quickly clarified that The Undertaker wasn't speaking ill of his mother, emphasizing the love she had for all her sons. But the comment, light-hearted as it was, landed like a bombshell in the wrestling world, reigniting discussions about who truly holds the mantle of leadership within the Anoa'i family and beyond. Roman Reigns has owned the head-of-the-table persona since 2020, using it to anchor his historic run as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. For over 3 years, he dominated the company, portraying himself as the provider and protector of his family, the unchallenged leader of the Bloodline. His promos, dripping with intensity and gravitas, often centered on his duty to elevate his kin and cement their legacy as wrestling royalty. But The Undertaker's offhand remark has stirred the pot, prompting fans to wonder if Reigns' claim to the title is as ironclad as he believes. The two stars are no strangers to each other, having crossed paths in the ring before. Reigns is one of only 2 men to defeat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, alongside Brock Lesnar, who ended The Undertaker's legendary streak in 2014. Now, with The Undertaker retired and Reigns taking a less active role in WWE following his emotional loss at WrestleMania 41, the question looms: will Reigns respond to this challenge, or will he let The Undertaker's word slide? The Undertaker's comment, while playful, tapped into a deeper conversation about legacy and respect within WWE. But the real storm came when Rikishi, a WWE Hall of Famer and a pivotal figure in the Anoa'i family, made a far more direct and serious claim. During a live podcast appearance, Rikishi didn't just question Reigns' title, he outright declared himself the original head of the table. His words were not a joke but a passionate assertion of his contributions to the family's legacy and WWE's history. "This isn't something I just said yesterday. I've lived it," Rikishi stated, his voice thick with emotion. He argued that long before Roman Reigns or even the Usos were making waves, he was the one laying the groundwork, taking the bumps, and opening doors for the next generation. "I was already feeding families. I was already setting the standard. I built the house that the rest are now living in," he said, emphasizing his role in shaping the Anoa'i family's dominance in professional wrestling. Rikishi's claim has struck a chord with fans and insiders alike, reigniting debates about who truly deserves credit for the Bloodline's modern prominence. For some, his words are a rightful acknowledgement of his trailblazing career. Rikishi wasn't just a comedic performer dancing with Too Cool or a larger-than-life character delivering the stink face. He was a powerhouse who broke barriers, carried the Samoan identity to new heights, and helped redefine what family meant in wrestling. His contributions in the late 1990s and early 2000s, both as a single star and as part of tag teams, bridged the gap between the old-school traditions of the Anoa'i family and the Attitude Era's bold mainstream appeal. From his iconic matches to his role in stables like the Nation of Domination, Rikishi was a cornerstone of WWE's evolution, and his 2015 Hall of Fame induction was a testament to his impact. Yet, for others, Rikishi's comments feel like a slight against Roman Reigns, who has taken the head-of-the-table persona to unprecedented heights. Reigns' run as champion was not just about titles, it was about crafting a narrative of supremacy, loyalty, and familial duty that resonated with fans worldwide. His promos, often centered on providing for his family and being the unquestioned leader, were rooted in a deep sense of cultural pride and tribal authority. The Bloodline storyline, with its layers of betrayal, loyalty, and power struggles, became one of the most compelling sagas in WWE history, largely because of Reigns' ability to embody the tribal chief. To some fans, Rikishi's claim seems like an attempt to rewrite history, overshadowing Reigns' achievements with a narrative of his own. Rikishi, however, insists that his comments are not about diminishing Reigns but about demanding the respect he feels his generation has earned. This isn't about taking away from Roman, he clarified. It's about recognizing the shoulders he's standing on. He pointed to his own career, where he balanced comedic moments with hard-hitting action, putting opponents through tables and creating iconic moments that defined an era. "I wasn't just a comedy act," he said. "I was carrying the weight before the table was even set." For Rikishi, the head of the table isn't just a catchphrase. It's a symbol of the sacrifices and barriers broken by those who came before, including himself, High Chief Peter Maivia, and other Anoa'i I family members who paved the way. The timing of Rikishi's declaration couldn't be more significant. With Roman Reigns absent from WWE programming following his WrestleMania 41 loss to Cody Rhodes, the Bloodline is at a crossroads. Solo Sikoa has stepped up as a more aggressive leader on SmackDown, but some argue he lacks the charisma and gravitas to fill Reigns' shoes. The Usos, meanwhile, are navigating their own paths, with Jey Uso carving out a singles career and Jimmy Uso recovering from injury. The impending debut of Jacob Fatu, a highly anticipated addition to the Bloodline, adds another layer of intrigue. If Fatu aligns with Rikishi's perspective, it could shift the power dynamics within the family, potentially isolating Reigns and forcing him to prove his worth not to rivals but to his own kin. This potential fracture within the Bloodline has fans drawing parallels to the early days of Reigns' tribal chief era. Back then, Reigns demanded acknowledgement from his cousins, particularly Jey Uso, in a series of emotionally charged matches that defined the storyline's intensity. Those moments, filled with loyalty tests and family drama, captivated audiences and set the stage for the Bloodline's dominance. Now, the tables may be turning. Rikishi's claim could force Reigns into a position where he must acknowledge the contributions of his elders, a humbling prospect for a man who has spent years demanding respect from others. The idea of Reigns, the once unchallenged tribal chief, facing a challenge from within his own family is a storyline ripe with potential. WWE officials, according to backstage insiders, are intrigued by the heat generated by Rikishi's comments. The Bloodline storyline, already one of the most layered in WWE history, is in a state of flux, and this new tension could be spun into a blockbuster angle. A confrontation between Rikishi and Reigns, even if not physical, would be a symbolic clash of generations, pitting the elder statesman against the modern icon. Imagine a SmackDown segment or a premium live event where Rikishi stands face-to-face with Reigns in a tribal ceremony, not as a supportive elder but as a challenger disputing his title. The emotional weight of such a moment, two titans of the Anoa'i family vying for the mantle of leadership, would be palpable, offering a payoff that could rival the greatest moments in WWE history. The reactions within the industry have been swift and varied. Some veterans have rallied behind Rikishi, arguing that his contributions have been undervalued in the shadow of Reigns' reign. Others believe Reigns' accomplishments, including his record-breaking championship run and his ability to elevate the Bloodline into a global phenomenon, make him the rightful head of the table. Current Bloodline members like Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga have remained silent, leaving fans to speculate about where their loyalties lie. If the family is forced to choose sides, the fallout could reshape the group's dynamic, potentially leading to new alliances or betrayals. Fans have taken to social media to voice their opinions, with some applauding Rikishi's boldness and others defending Reigns' legacy. The debate has also sparked broader conversations about the Anoa'i family's impact on wrestling. From High Chief Peter Maivia to the Wild Samoans, Yokozuna, Rikishi, the Usos, and now Roman Reigns, the family has been a cornerstone of WWE for decades. Rikishi's comments, while controversial, serve as a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who came before, ensuring that the family's legacy endures. As we look ahead, the question isn't just whether Roman Reigns will respond to Rikishi's claim, it's how WWE will capitalize on this moment. With Reigns not expected to return until late summer or possibly Survivor Series, there's a void in the Bloodline's leadership that Rikishi could fill, not as a wrestler but as the voice of experience and tradition. His Hall of Fame career, marked by versatility and cultural pride, positions him perfectly to guide the next generation. But if Reigns returns and confronts Rikishi, it could lead to a storyline that transcends titles and championships, focusing instead on respect, legacy, and family. The war for the table, as Rikishi's comments suggest, is far from over. It's a battle not just for a catchphrase but for the soul of the Anoa'i family's legacy in WWE. Whether this leads to a dramatic confrontation or a quiet acknowledgement, one thing is certain: the wrestling world is watching, waiting to see if Roman Reigns, the man who redefined what it means to be the head of the table, can hold onto his throne, or if Rikishi's claim will force a reckoning that changes the bloodline forever. Thanks for joining me in breaking down this explosive moment. Be sure to subscribe to our WWE official YouTube channel for more updates, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who's the true head of the table, Roman Reigns or Rikishi? The debate is just beginning.